Buenos dias from San Gervasi. This is the Rorschach Spain update from the 10th of October, 2024. Quick summary of what's going down in Spain. First off, news broke out on Monday the 7th that the Spanish government discreetly amended a law at some point during early October. The bill in question was originally enacted in 2014 to benefit former ETA members, the vast separatist group responsible for decades of violent attacks. The law change demanded by Bildu, a Basque pro-independence party, allows sentences served abroad to count towards time served in Spain. This is particularly beneficial for those imprisoned in France, where a significant number of former ETA members have served sentences following their convictions in France. The executive modified the law as part of a broader legal reform that aligns with the European Directive on Amending Criminal Records. Opposition parties, including the People's Party, or PP, as well as Vox, have of course criticized the move, warning it could lead to what they call early release of around 44 ETA prisoners who've been doing very long sentences, potentially sparking or allowing opportunities to spotlight alleged concern among victims groups. Next up, Spain has introduced a draft royal decree to regulate medical cannabis, making a significant step in providing standardized cannabis treatments for specific medical conditions. The proposal isn't available to everyone. It will limit legalized medical cannabis use to conditions like multiple sclerosis, spasticity, severe refractory epilepsy, chemotherapy-induced nausea, chronic refractory pain, and really wanting to get high. Just kidding, not that last one. Only specialists can prescribe medical cannabis when the other treatments fail, and it is dispersed solely through hospital pharmacies. The decree excludes general practitioners from prescribing and restricts formulations to THC and CBD extracts, excluding cannabis flowers. Over to Madrid, where the Cañada Real, Europe's largest shantytown, has been without power for 4 years since October 2020, leaving 4,000 people, including 1,800 children, in darkness. Authorities blame drug production for overloading the power grid, but residents, primarily of Romanian and North African descent, suffer from extreme energy poverty. Families endure harsh conditions, relying on expensive generators and lacking basic necessities like refrigeration, heating, and lighting. Despite promises and protests, little has changed, and a recent €330 million rehousing plan is expected to take 10 years to implement. On to sport, where Phoenix FC, Spain's first all-transgender football team, has debuted in Catalonia's regional men's league, becoming the first federated transgender team in Europe. Overcoming prejudice and administrative barriers, the team is aiming to create a safe space for trans men to play football. Phoenix FC's formulation was driven by Hugo Martinez, who experienced abuse during his gender transition. After 3 years of effort, the team now competes in the 5th tier, although their first game ended in a 19-0 defeat. Keeping with football, on Tuesday the 8th, Andres Iniesta, the Spanish World Cup winner and legendary midfielder, announced his retirement from football at age 40. Iniesta is regarded as one of the greatest players in history, earning 131 caps for Spain, scoring a decisive goal in the 2010 World Cup final, and winning 2 European championships. After a 22-year career, Iniesta announced plans to pursue coaching. From football to farmers, communities in Jaén and Córdoba in Andalusia are protesting against the construction of large solar panels, fearing the loss of 100,000 olive trees. These solar projects, authorized by the Andalus government and led by company Greenalia Solar, have sparked opposition due to concerns over forced expropriation of land and the potential destruction of local jobs. Farmers argue that these projects harm the local economy, as the generated electricity would be exported to other European countries, and are demanding proper regulation of solar plants, fearing that companies are neglecting the importance of olive tree cultivation. In other news, Rosa Peral, former police officer sentenced to 25 years for murder, is suing Netflix and the production company Arcadia for €30 million, alleging violations to her and her daughter's right. Peral said that the series El Cuerpo en Llamas, based on Peral's murder case, goes beyond proven facts and violates their rights to honor, privacy, and image. She seeks €26.5 million for her daughter and $2.6 million for herself, calculated based on the hours the show is streamed. A Barcelona court has ruled that her earlier attempt to halt the series should have been considered by the Vilanova i la Geltrú court, where she first appealed before it was released. Meanwhile, And the coastal city of Benidorm, Andalusia, remains committed to tourism, rejecting fears of turismophobia despite its reputation as a mass tourism hotspot. The city, which sees its population quadruple during peak season, continues to rely on tourism as its primary economic source. Local officials have implemented sustainable measures such as water conservation to manage the influx of visitors and to support tourism. However, the city boasts one of the lowest unemployment rates in the region, primarily thanks to tourism. From south to north, an amazing initiative in Barcelona, Catalonia, where 80 schools, including Scales Bristol or nurseries, are opening their playgrounds to the public. Starting this October, schools will open on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays as part of the Patios Escolares Abiertos program, which aims to enhance these spaces' educational and social value by making them available to the public for collective use and activities in a safe and accessible environment. Some festivals. On Saturday, the 12th of October, Spain celebrates Dia de la Hispanidad, marking its national day and Christopher Columbus's arrival in America. Country established the holiday in 1918, formalized it in 1987, highlighting its global cultural legacy with an annual military parade in Madrid attended by the king. Critics argued that it glorifies colonization, which it undoubtedly does, leading some Latin American countries to rename the day to honor indigenous resistance or reflect cultural diversity. The fans of Sant Narcís, Girona's biggest annual festival, will take place between the 27th of October and the 5th of November. These festivities celebrate the city's patron saint, Sant Narcís, with a lively blend of events, including parades, concerts, and cultural performances, be the traditional elements like human towers or castellers. Fireworks displays. Famous fairground known as La Davesa features attractions and stalls for families, while historical reenactments, local cuisine, and religious ceremonies showcase Girona's rich heritage throughout the festival days. Wrapping up this edition, let's take a look at one of the country's lesser-known region. Extremadura in southwest Spain offers a rich history, stunning landscape, and excellent food and wine. The towns of Cáceres, with its medieval architecture, has been featured in films like Game of Thrones. Mérida, once the Roman capital of Lusitania, is home to well-preserved Roman ruins, including an amphitheater and theater. Extremadura is also known for its free-range Iberian pigs, producing famous Iberico ham. Want to find out more about Extremadura? Link in the show notes. And that's it. Thank you for joining us. Do you know that besides the Rorschach Spain update, we also have others? Our latest ones are the Arctic update about the area north of the Arctic Circle, the ocean update about the 70% of the world covered in salt water, the multilateral update about the world's major multilateral institutions. Other ones are country updates. We have a selection of countries from Africa, Asia, South America, and Europe. Check Rorschach.com/updates for a full list. Link in the show notes. Hasta la próxima.